What up guys, Comrades here, and welcome to a new tech related video, I suppose. Now, while I was recording a gameplay on Control, I don't know whether this video or the Control video will be uploaded first. However, I talked in that video about 5G and smart devices coming under the Internet of Things category, and I mentioned about how dangerous they are and how it could lead to a number of security risks without anybody knowing. First of all, I need to just clear up some things for people who may not know what I'm talking about. First things first, what is the Internet of Things? Well, it's by Google's definition, it's an electronic or computer device, mechanical objects, animals and people that are given the ability to transfer data over a network without requiring human to human or human to computer interaction. To put this simply, it's anything that stores your data and connects it up to the cloud so it can be shared with your other devices. For example, smartwatch, smart TV, smart washing machine and even smartphones come under this as well. I'm aware that it is more than this, but for the sake of this video, this explanation will be enough. Now, although I'm going to be using this video to tear down 5G and IoT devices and talk about how bad they are, I do just want to start by praising it to talk about how good it is and what it does well for us. First of all, because it's the latest version and form of internet data transfer, 5G will mean that doing things over the internet will be more quicker and most probably in the speeds around 1 gigabit per second at the least, which for anybody who's not aware is 125 megabytes per second. In comparison, my current internet speed is 80 megabits per second, which is the equivalent of 9 megabytes per second. This will mean that better efficiency for anyone doing things on their phone, or if they're using their phone as a hotspot for their laptop or PC on the move. Well, more laptop if you're on the move, but if you need to use your data at home or at your friend's house. And it'll also make using your smart devices much better because there won't be as much transfer delay between them. On top of this, with the data transfer, it's not just the mobile data that will be faster. Everything internet related, whether it's broadband, servers, games or anything, will all be moved on to the 5G. What a lot of people don't realise is that 4G is everything internet related. A lot of people compare 4G to mobile network, and so like your mobile phone, you got 4G, 3G, whatever. It's more than just your phone. Any kind of broadband you go on, and more often than not nowadays, is on a 4G network and will soon be put onto a 5G network. So anything like Xbox, Skybox, PC, laptop on a home network, it's all going to be 5G. So you're still going to get the benefits of this speed as well. Some other good things about 5G is that you'll be able to make better voice calls through live chat services like Discord and Skype, which is good for content creators who are doing collaborations over distances, and they'll see less of an input delay because of 5G. This will also be good for employees who do conferences from their home to their workplace, and increasing captivity is also something that's good with 5G. What I mean by this is if you put yourself in a group of 50,000 people, you're very unlikely, if at all, to get a signal. This is not because it's bad signal where you are, it's because 4G has not got the capacity to have so many people around it at once. It's trying to get as many people's devices as possible within its radius, but the capacity won't let it do that, and with 5G it's almost limitless. The other thing that you can do currently is broadcast through Facebook in a 360-degree video from your phone, although it's not very good at the moment because of the limits of 4G speed and bandwidth. This is solved with 5G, however, because its increased captivity and speed can easily stream 360 videos through Facebook and other apps that allow it wherever you are. IoT, or Internet of Things, has some amazing uses as well. By having these devices, people who are living with disabilities and cannot walk very far or at all are more able to live on their own than ever before because of IoT. Smart heating is something that is really good for this scenario. If someone cannot walk but needs to adjust their heating because the house temperature is changing, then all they need to do is open an app on their phone and change the settings on it and they'll be perfectly fine. Same goes for washing machines and dishwashers. All you need to do is press a button on your phone or tablet and it'll switch on for you. So we've established that 5G and IoT have some amazing uses and some that could make people's lives so much easier and remove the limits that they had whilst using a 4G network. However, what people don't tell you is how widespread 5G is going to go. It has been established that 5G is going to take 4G's spot and keep all of the smart devices and the internet and network all together, and is going to connect everything. But what you most probably have heard is there an issue with Huawei as an example with their 5G technology. It was pointed out by President Donald Trump and many other officials in America that said there is a massive security risk to their technology, and it's urging other countries to ban it as the US has. I found this interesting to how much technology was being connected via 5G, so I dug deeper to see how much of our new technology was being taken over by our 5G network. And I found out that everything that was smart, existing and upcoming was using or going to use 5G. Now this isn't much of a surprise, but when you think, what is this going to include? Well, here's some things that are smart devices already. TV, washing machine, dishwasher, phone, tablet, PC, Xbox, PlayStation, skybox, toothbrush, garage door, heating, coffee machine, bank card, car, toaster, and the list goes on. I could go on forever with this, but what I was thinking about is how much security are on these devices if they're all being connected to the internet. How much security is on these things, and how hard would it be to hack into one of these devices, especially ones that are not particularly well used, like a toothbrush, a garage door, or a coffee machine, for example. You look at things like TVs and like tablets and phones and PCs, they've all got really hard firewalls on them. But when you get into the little bits of smart devices like toothbrushes and garage doors, for example, how much security and firewalls are on those devices to prevent people from getting in? That then reminded me of a story I was told in college by my lecturer about someone who had their internet hacked and their entire network brought down. And guess how it was done? Just pause the video and have a think. Put it in the comment section. Give you a second. Done? Right? You're wrong. It was a smart toothbrush. If you're right, then congratulations, I apologise. But it was a smart toothbrush. Yeah, a smart toothbrush. This was done because that particular toothbrush, I think it was from a brand like it would all be Philips or one of these big companies. But that toothbrush had no firewall protecting it on the network. And such, someone who had a network interceptor on their device managed to gain access to their network through it and brought their entire system down because of it. It was like walking through an open door and flipping all your fuses and bringing your everything that's electric off. I mention this story because we have seen instances where hackers have gotten into places they shouldn't have because there wasn't enough protection. The attacks on the NHS and the police force are key examples of this. Because they don't have very much security, hackers have managed to very easily get into their system and put a ransomware on it, so they have to pay a certain amount of money in order to get their files back. Now, if this was the case for all IoT devices, and it is connected devices, how long would it be until someone finds out how to hack into driverless cars that are using 5G to connect to their servers and take control of one of those cars like you can do in Watch Dogs 2? There was a story a while ago about 5G wanted to be installed by network operators into lampposts. Now this was cancelled because there's an uproar of control over who was going to control the lampposts. But this got me thinking, how far away are we from a Watch Dogs scenario where you can hack into CCTV cameras and get information on anyone that you target? This is when I realised there really isn't any. We don't know, as far as I have read, if there are any plans to add any camera systems to these lampposts and what they could do with those cameras. We don't know if the government were going to add ID trackers that recognise people's faces and bring up their personal details like birthdays, names, addresses and criminal records in order to find people quicker. Now this is good because it means people cannot get away with things like crime as easily, but what happens when these things get hacked? We're getting closer and closer to a Watch Dogs environment where there's so much on our life that is dependent on the internet and IoT devices that we don't know what information is being captured at any time. Now, I didn't want to make this video to make people think that you should never use IoT devices or that 5G this should not be used by anybody, because it's going to become inevitable in the end. And I have smart devices for myself, like a TV, phone, laptop and PC to name a few. And we're going to a time where we won't have a choice about whether we use these or not, because our life will revolve so much around these things. But all I'm saying is to be careful. If you're going to buy a new smart device, check the reviews on it and see what people have said. Have extra protection on your network to ensure that your data is safe. I completely understand that not everybody has the ability to do this, but if you do know how to do it, or you know somebody who can do it, then it's very worthwhile doing for your own protection. So I hope that you've enjoyed this video. If you have any thoughts yourself, then leave them down in the comment section down below, because I would love to hear your opinions on this and what I've said, and whether you agree or not, and whether you do or not, why don't you? Because I only know about this because of what I've read and what I've been told. But I'm most probably, when it comes to 5G being insecure at the moment is a massive thing, but it is going to become secure in the end. And I'm more tearing down IoT devices in this, mainly because that is the biggest problem. 5G in the next 2 or 3 years, when it becomes fully engulfed in people's life and everybody uses it all through everybody's networks, it's going to become the norm, and it's going to become so secure that nobody can get into it, like like there is with 5G. 4G, sorry. But it's more the IoT devices that I'm worried about. Especially after that story that I got told by my lecturer about the smart toothbrush. That made me think about how hard it is for somebody to get into your network and steal all your information that's connected to your other devices. Because if you get into somebody's network through an open doorway, once you're in their modem and their network, any device that is connected to that internet, you've automatically got an open way to. So again, I'm not saying never use smart devices, because companies like Samsung, Sony, all these companies, Toshiba, all of these companies that make smart TVs, they will have firewalls as hard as a brick wall, and you will not get hacked on that, I can assure you, especially if you go with a company like the ones I've just mentioned. But just from my personal opinion, I've got a Samsung smart TV in my house. Downstairs in my living room, I've got a Spark smart TV. I'm not worried about those things getting hacked, because they've got firewalls so strong that nothing's going to get through them, unless there is this exploit that is released. But then they'll make another. Then the companies will most probably make a cover for that exploit. But it's more the things like smart toothbrushes, garage doors, and coffee machines that I have a bit of an issue with, because we don't know how hard those have got firewalls on them. So anyway, I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. If you did enjoy, don't forget to smash that like button and hit that subscribe button. More awesome tech gaming content, I suppose, whatever. So yeah, do leave your thoughts down in the comment section down below, because I would love to hear what you guys have to say and whether you agree with me or not and why. So hope you guys have enjoyed, and I shall see you all later. Bye.